Hello, hello. Oh, Lord have mercy. How is everybody? Oh, Lord have mercy. How's everybody's day? It was fan-fucking-tastic, as always. How you out there? Hope everybody's doing great. I don't know how long I'm going to be on here for, because I'm tired. Kind of tired. I've had a bit of a little bit of a overwhelming day, stressful day, kind of, just a little bit. God, I gotta work. I don't know what my appointment is. Oh my god, shit. I forgot to write. I wrote down my appointment, and the other day, last week when I made the appointment, and I forgot. It's Thursday, it's already here. So now I'm like, well, shit. Now I gotta figure out when my appointment is tomorrow. Bear with me. Should have done this earlier, I know. I know I should have done this earlier. Oh good, I found it. Hello. How is everyone? Hope we all are fan-fucking-tastic. I gotta put some more. So, 15. That. Alright. Alrighty. Oh, okay. It's not bad. It's just... Well, alrighty then. Well, hell, I know exactly where this is at. Well, shit. Maybe I'll go on the ferry afterward. Since I'll be there anyway. So, well, thank you. I just brushed it. That's all I did. Put it up for my shower, and then after my shower, I brushed it. That was it. How is everybody? Sorry if I missed any comments that anybody else. Yeah, I gotta put in my shit for my appointment tomorrow, so... So, how's everyone's day? How's everyone feeling? Y'all doing good, I hope. Whatever. It's a never-ending motherfucking thing, I'll tell you what. Oh, fuck's sakes. Worked. Something else. It's a never-ending thing. My day was okay. Just kind of a little stressful, a little overwhelming, but I know everything will be alright. You know? Then I finally ate, and as usual, when I'm stressed out and then I eat, I don't feel good afterwards. Happens a lot, actually. It's just a good thing I'm going to the doctor tomorrow. And then I made some hot chocolate here, which is now a dark green. And the reason it's a dark green is because of the stuff I put in it. I have this stuff that I got off the TikTok shop that I did. Yeah, I promote products on here, I review products and things like that, and it's one of the things I promoted. So this in particular is very minty, and it's supposed to be good for gut health, body. You know, it works from the inside. So it actually does when it says it takes, gets rid of body odor and things like that, use it 1 to 3 times a day, it does work. you put deodorant on in the morning and you go all day, go to sleep, whatever, even if it's hot out, go to bed, wake up the next day, still smell like deodorant and still smell very fresh and clean. Just saying. And it's a 4-month supply. But because I'm not big on mint and outs and that kind of thing, I also add the stomach saver stuff I have with it. I either use it in a pour, I use this mug or another mug, and I'll either make hot chocolate or I'll just pour some tea in it, cold tea in it, and I add it to it. Makes it taste minty. I'm not big on mint, but hey. It's not bad in chocolate, hot chocolate, so. But they both work it works great. Yes. Matter of fact, I'll show you. Come with me, and you'll see. So, let's see, what's these two? So, this is the liquid chlorophyll. You use 15 drops of it. It's a 4-month supply. You do it 1 to 3 times a day, and it's very minty. I don't suggest chugging it. It makes me sick when I do that, so yeah. 15 drops of this. And it takes, it's really great, especially during summer. But, and then for the stomach saver, this is, it works great for nausea, diarrhea, all that good stuff. They say it works within 3 minutes. I've found it to work within, like, a minute. It makes me feel so much better. Now, using this and this together, it takes a little bit longer for me. With the gastroparesis and things like that, but I highly recommend both of them. So, and if I knew how to make a playlist, I would make a playlist to put all my shoppable videos on. So, I'm still learning. I'm not good with technology. I'm still learning. I learn as I go. So, yeah. And for probiotic gummies, I highly recommend these. The Lafar, yeah. I use these. I also get these. So yeah. Yeah, for sure. It might be on my shopping thing. I don't know. I have a list, so should be on my profile. It'll be on there. If you want to get them, please do it through me. I get commission for it. And right now, I trying to do everything I can to earn some money. So, trying doing my best. Has something to do with me being stressed out today. I'll be alright. Everything works out the way it's meant to. So, how's everybody? Hope y'all had a fan-fucking-tastic day. I would sing, but, it's 11:30 at night, and my landlord and her family are upstairs. With it being 4th of July weekend and that, I think they're here for the rest of the week. So, and I kind of need to get if you can hear me, the way I talk right now, not the best time for me to sing, so I'm taking a little bit of a break from singing. Oh, and then, I don't have this in my thing, but this works really good too for makes your breath go so fresh and so clean. I'm very honest about products I review and that I bought with my own money a lot. The gummies that I bought with my own money. So, but I'm very open and I'm very honest about my reviews in that because I would never have anyone or suggest to someone, oh yeah, buy this if it's not a good product. If I'm not willing to spend my money on it because of how it is or whatever, I'm not going to tell you, yeah, go buy it. It's a great product. And the majority of people on here do that, and I'm not one of those. I'm one of those. So, I'm very honest. Sometimes to a fault. But yeah, I mean, I don't. Here's the thing: there are so many people promoting products on here, and I've bought them, because of the hype and everything, thinking, oh, they're gonna be good, right? And some do not turn. Some are not that good. Like that. Okay, that honey ode perfume that everybody says is fantastic. Don't buy that. Don't buy that. It's horrible. It smells disgusting. I tried to get a refund and send it back and everything. I sent it back with the label and everything that they gave me. And a few days after I sent it off, it was back on my porch. No, I don't think I've ever heard of that. Yeah, don't do it. No. Now, the watermelon jam perfume is pretty good. What I've found, the problem I have with it doesn't last very long. And sometimes it doesn't spray out like it should. It takes a little bit to spray it, but it smells good. I'm doing alright. I just had a very trying day, to say the least. But that, the body glaze and the body oil, oh god, Canvas Beauty, 100% recommend. I use the watermelon with the watermelon perfume. And, but my favorite, I've tried, done the watermelon, and I've tried the strawberry shortcake. The strawberry shortcake one, hands down, is my favorite. So, yeah. Any products I've tried, and you want to ask, I'll tell you. I don't use skincare products. Occasionally, I use, this under eye, or for, wrinkles or whatever. It's, Thomas something or other, and it works great. But other than that, I don't use skincare products at all. I've tried, and they make me break out. I'm just naturally good genes. I've never had acne. I've never, unless the only time I have acne is using skincare products. And use this, use that, it'll make you look younger. No, the fuck it doesn't. Skincare products don't make you look I'll tell you what I used to use. The snail slit. Oh, God, what the fuck? You ain't gotta find it on here. You can find it on Amazon, and that, let me look it up, shit. Snail something or other. But I don't use it, It's been a while since I got them. There's a couple things that I used to use, and I would love to use it again, but, shit costs money, and right now, what's more important is me being able to do what I need to do. So, alright, so the things I used to use, once I find it, it's like snail something or other. The snail mucus stuff. Like snail rescue. Shit. The snail rescue stuff. Like that. Hey. So you would get the snail rescue, and I think it was this one. No, that one. I used something with this brand too, but I can't remember what it was. But then I also used to use this gold. I don't know. It's moisturizer, but it's a tanner moisturizer, so it gives you that glow look, that goldish glowing look. So yeah, that's what I used to use. On that, I honestly haven't used any skincare products in a long time. The only thing I really use on my face is when I do my makeup, and that's primer. And of course, I use the McCord brands. When you test makeup, and then you get gift cards for it. And then replace all your makeup, and, I still have two gift cards, so. Well, codes. I get them through they will send, I go do the makeup testing, then they send me the codes at the end of the day. So, when I do it. And then I also get a full size product as well. So yes, I still have two up for sale. So how was everybody else's day? Now I'll tell you what, the stuff that the mint stuff in that, my advice, if you want it to taste really good, hot chocolate. Got the minty with the mint with the chocolate. Chocolate always tastes good. And the best way I could describe how it tastes with hot chocolate is, those Andes candy, the chocolate mints? That's what it tastes like with hot chocolate. But it's also good for, maybe that's why, it also helps with skin in there, I guess. It works from the inside out. For a while there, I was doing the collagen thing, pills that I got off here. You want to hear about my stressful day? Is that what we're going for? I can talk about it. It's not that exciting. But I mean, I can tell you if you want to hear. You want to hear about my stressful day? Well, let's see. Calls cut up the card. I never spent anything with the fuck. So there's that. I gotta deal with that. And then I called to make arrangements for my utilities, and because I have a disconnect notices. So I'm doing my best here. Stressful day. While trying to figure out how to do it all. But everything will work out the way it's meant. Everything will work out. Plus trying to, the whole rent thing, so. Everything will work out. One way or another, it'll all work out. Yeah. And then throughout the day, I'm like, getting DMs. Hey, I'm looking for a faithful sugar baby, and I get them all the time. I'm like, man, at this point, maybe I should fucking do it. Fuck it. So yeah, that's how it's going. But everything will be fine. I just need to breathe. Everything will work out. I know it will. It'll work out the way it's meant to. I did call and got something taken care of with the gas company, so because I'm disabled, they put a hold on it, and they're sending me a form, and I gotta fill out the form, send it back with a copy of my letter from SSI, and they'll give me an extension to where then I gotta come up with a certain amount by the 26th. But then my payments will be, I'll have to pay $75 extra every month. But it'll work itself out. Just, yeah. Yeah. Everything will work out the way it's meant to. So. That's how it's going, and that's the stressful day. And now I'm warm from drinking the damn hot chocolate. So, yeah. But at least I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, thankfully, because I need to see a doctor. I haven't seen a doctor in a while, and hopefully it's a good doctor that I can trust. Fingers crossed. But everything will work out. I have faith. I did call my friend, and then I missed his call, and I called him back. He didn't answer. He said he was in a meeting. He would call me back. He never did. I said, I'll be waiting for your call. He said, okay. And never called back. I tried since, and I'm not going to waste my time. But it'll work itself out. It always does. One way or the other. So, you know. Yeah. Everything will work out. I just keep reminding myself that. That's all I need to do. What do you mean, giving affirmations? What do you mean, giving affirmations, huh? I'm me, you know. Explain. What do you mean by giving affirmations? Do deep breathing, do wusa, and remember everything will work out the way it's meant to. Always look for the positive of everything. No matter what the situation is. I know it is. Trust and believe. I live in Staten Island. Yeah, I know. Trust and believe I know. Because the reason I'm actually so behind on my that's actually why I'm behind on my utilities. Because when I moved in from March to August, my food stamps were $50. I kept trying to get them to fix it, kept taking shit, and so it took that long to get it fixed. So it was either I pay my bills and starve, or get food and deal with the bills later. And so I did the best I could. They have the one-shot deal, but unfortunately, when I'm moving in here, that's what that was me when I moved in here. So they only know once. There is another program I was told about, so I'm going to call them tomorrow. I'm going to make some phone calls. I'm going to do what I got to do to, I'm going to work this out. Everything works out the way it's meant to. Just breathe. Everything will be fine. It's not going to do me any good to stress about it. It's not going to do me any good to freak out about it. Nothing like that. So I know that everything will work out the way it's meant to, because if I stress out or freak out or whatever, like most people do, it doesn't solve anything. Right? So I do what I gotta do, and I keep moving forward. I can't stress out. I'm not gonna stress out about it. I'm not gonna freak out or worry about it, because I know everything works itself out. Everything always works itself out, so I know everything will be fine. I'm not going to be evicted. I'm not going to have my electricity or anything shut off. Because come to find out, they told me at the gas company that when you're elderly or disabled, it's illegal for them to shut it off so you gotta, without a certain amount of time or whatever. So they put a hold on it, and then they send you a paper to fill it out and everything. Yeah, there's no point in stressing yourself out about things or getting yourself worked up about things because it's not going to help you at all. Yeah, I don't know where I would begin with that. Honestly, I don't. I don't have the connection yet. I mean, I do, but I don't. Everything works out the way it's meant. I mean, I turned in all the things I needed to start school again. I'm still waiting to hear on that, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll hear something soon about that. Like I said, and stress for me is not good because it affects my health. The gastroparesis and everything, it makes it worse. So that's one reason I always do my best to focus on the positive of every situation, no matter how bad it is. That's what I did when I was homeless, too. And I believe what you put out into the world, you get back times 10. Yes, actually, that's what the live event for November, in the beginning of November, is to get my portfolio done professional, the right way, and get everything, and meet people, networking and everything. That's what November is for. So fingers crossed about school and that I'll be able to start in August. I'm going to call them tomorrow, probably not tomorrow, probably, I'll call them Monday. See if there's any news. So, yeah. They said I'm a natural when it comes to modeling. So, yeah, there was a video I stitched. This dude was saying to millennials, dude has gray in his beard and everything, he's a millennial. He's like, millennials, I hate to tell you, but you look your age. Really? Really? I haven't aged. Do you want to see what I looked like when I was 22? I know I have not dyed my hair in over 2 years. Do you want to see what I looked like when I was 22? I will show you if you're interested. Oh, by the way, don't hang your purse on doors because that's a thing about money going out or something like that. Oh, ouch. Okay. See if I can find the picture of me when I was 22. Now, the picture I'm looking for in particular was taken when my 22-year-old daughter was an infant. I think it was taken in January or February of 2003. January 2003. Don't really age, do I? Not been told I age like a vampire. I'm not a vampire. Trust to believe. But excuse me. But it's like I hit a certain age, and then God said, "Okay, no more aging. No more aging." Yeah. See if I can find that one picture. Let's see if I can find it. If it's in here. Is that it? This was the day after I had her. Well, a few hours after I had her. She was born at 11:30 p.m. I think. So yes, this is after I had my daughter. And now we look the same age. At least the last time I saw her, we did. So yeah, I don't age. Now people had a lot of trolls on that have said, "Oh, you look old, oh this, that, and the other." Do I? Do I though? I mean, I haven't dyed my hair in over 2 years. And I have no gray hair. The only thing is, you know, I'm chunky. It is chunky. But I don't look as big as, you know, I weigh, I'm not gonna lie. Here, let me show you. Okay, so yeah, I don't hide shit. I weigh about 226, 230. I weigh 226 to 230 pounds. Yeah. Five four. Five four, 200, about 226 to 230. Well, thank you. Now, let me show you something. Because I will tell you right now, when this picture was taken, I weigh the same as I did then. Now, here's what a lot of people don't understand. When they say, "Oh, because of your weight, your BMI is too high and you're obese," and that, because according to my weight, how much I weigh, I would be called, they would say I was obese because of my weight. How much I weigh. That's not the fucking case. Let's see if it's on here. I know it's here somewhere. Isn't it? Where the fuck is it? No, it's not. Scroll down to See this picture? I weighed the same as I do now. It's here. Getting close. Okay. Getting close. Damn it. Alright, so... I weighed the same there as I do now. Same amount. Hey, I haven't lost any weight. I lost inches. And you want to know why I didn't lose weight and why I look a lot smaller than I do now? That's Frankie. That's the man I've been in love with for 4.5 years. So the reason why I look smaller now, because I am smaller now. Don't get it twisted. I am smaller. I wear a smaller size, obviously. But the reason why I didn't lose weight, but I lost inches, is because, and the reason why I didn't lose weight is because muscle weighs more than fat. So what I was doing was I was going to the gym 3 times a day. I was walking the treadmill for 2 miles for 3 times a day. Doing the weights 50 to 100 pounds, depending on what it was. The leg presses at 100 pounds, 100 count. Excuse me. The weights, doing the butterfly, all that shit. 50 to 75 pounds at 100 count. 3 times a day. 3 times a day. This is what I did every day. Sunday through Saturday. And that was when I was homeless. But I was also drinking the flavored water I'd get at Walmart. I'd do the flavored water, and I would eat salads, and I did the protein shakes. I did 2 protein shakes. I would get the strawberry and the Atkins one. The strawberries and the milk chocolate ones, I'd combine, and I do that in the mornings or for like brunch, and then basically that would be for breakfast. Then I'd have a salad, and then I'd have like another salad or something like that. Yeah, muscle weighs more than fat. There's no ifs, ands, buts about that. I mean, like I said, I have not lost any weight. I lost inches, and I still weigh the same as I did. So when you fill these things out online and you put in your weight, right, how much you weigh, because I did this, for Pilates or something, because I was going to do the Pilates thing. Now it was about maybe a month ago I was looking into that, and they said I was obese. I'm like, because I put how much I weigh. I'm very honest. I don't give a fuck what people think. I'm honest. Shit. I used to weigh 276 pounds. And then I got really sick, got down to 171. That's not healthy. Doing it the way I did it, obviously. But also, what a lot of people don't understand when it comes to, if you're on certain types of medications too, and you are working your ass off to try and lose weight, and you don't lose any weight and nothing changes with your body, it's because of your medications. And that can't be helped. A lot of medications will cause you to gain weight. A lot of health issues, a lot of different health issues will cause you to gain weight or keep weight on. Like thyroid issues, things like that. And I know, it didn't happen to me. See, guys look at my arms and they get intimidated because I have bigger arms. I used to lift weights, and I was in backyard wrestling when I was in high school and shit like that. Yes, medications do, like thyroid issues, a lot of health issues will as well. Now, what pisses me off is when heavier people go to Well, I used, well, now I lift my own weight. I have the ab machine. Um, so I pull myself when I do it. That's why I quit doing the gardening, because it was making me sick, and I haven't been working out for a while now. I would love to join the gym again, but right now it's not feasible financially. So yeah, people retain fluids, water weight, all that kind of thing. But when people go to the gym, heavier set people go to the gym, right? And you have these gym assholes, making rude comments and gawking and I've seen it where people film, assholes will film people that are overweight that are trying to get in shape and talk shit about them. This is why people that are heavier don't go to the fucking gym, because people talk about it and make fun of them. That what the fuck are you doing? It's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If like for any gym buffs that do that shit, kiss my ass. Do what you need to do to make yourself feel better. You need to get in shape. Go to the gym. Fuck what people think. I mean, when I was that size, I was going to the gym and I was wearing short booty shorts and sports bra to work out in. I didn't give a fuck. And I still am. That's just me. But, and I've seen some videos, like this one woman evidently was a Pilates instructor until she lost her job for the video she made, saying if you're a certain weight or a certain size, you shouldn't be allowed to do Pilates, or you shouldn't be a Pilates instructor if you have a stomach, and kiss my ass. Do what you need to do to make yourself feel better. And I will tell you, because I know from experience, when you eat right, eat the healthier foods and that, I know the junk food tastes great. I get it. Trust and believe, I get it. I've been on both aspects. But from my experience, eating healthier foods, like eating salads and vegetables and things like that, you physically feel better. The junk food, and I'm guilty, the junk food, the chips, the cookies, the ice cream, all that shit, is heavy on your stomach and it makes you feel like shit. Gastroparesis. So, like, even the protein, when I do the protein shakes and like the salads and that kind of thing, I feel better. I show the cookies. See, I am guilty of the junk food, which I do want to start eating right and eating healthier like I was before. I'm doing alright. Trying to focus on the positive. Trying to find the fucking positive of everything. Positive of this is, in the current situation I'm in right now, is I'm not going to be evicted, and my bills aren't, my utilities aren't going to be shut off. It'll work itself out. Anyways, so when you eat healthier, and I know people, ooh, salad, ooh, dude. So use ranch, fuck it. People are so, and then there's people so health conscientious that they don't even want to use dressings. It's like, it's okay to use dressing. Also, I'm going to tell you, when it comes to sugars and sweeteners, right? I know we're all told that the sweeteners, it's better to use less fattening, whatever, right? It doesn't really make a difference. It doesn't. What I found with sweeteners is, like artificial sweeteners, it gives me headaches. Sweeteners give me headaches, so, like when I make tea, For a gallon of tea, I use, I take the 1 cup measuring cup and I do it like this far from the top of sugar for the whole pitcher. And that's what I drink. I very rarely drink soda anymore. I love soda, but then, I think I love soda, but then I drink it, I'm like, I can't drink this. So it just depends. Sometimes I need a soda because of caffeine, and other times I'm like, why am I drinking this? But you, like, if you're dieting or whatever, you can still, eat things now and then. You can still eat the junk food now and then. Just, you gotta be cautious. You can't overdo it. You know what I mean? Where I don't count calories. I don't do any of that shit. Of course, with me, my stomach doesn't work properly. My stomach is paralyzed. That's why I have a stimulator. But even I can overdo it at times, and then I get sick later. Just saying. I don't like fast food. Occasionally I'll eat it, but not really. I prefer, like for me, I prefer to make things at home. Yeah. You just gotta know how to shop. And for fruits, right? You can get fruits, cut them up and freeze it. Yeah. You can also make your own smoothies. Or your own type of... Best way I can put it is a type of ice cream without... See, what I do for me is I cut up the fruit, I put it in the freezer. And then I'll take milk and I'll blend it up real good like a smoothie. And sometimes I'll freeze it and have a dessert. You can also make your own homemade Frosties. That's actually very simple. Milk and chocolate quick. And you freeze it. That's it. That's what it tastes just like a Frosty. I'm a very frugal bitch. Probably because of the way I had to live my life and the way I grew up. I can make something out of nothing. As long as I have certain things. As long as I have certain things. Yeah. You just gotta know how to shop. What, the homemade Frosty? Homemade Frosty is basically milk and chocolate quick. You mix it up like make chocolate milk, and then you put it in a container and you freeze it. You got a Frosty. You know how you get the Frosties at Wendy's, and then they melt, so you put them in the freezer, and then they become really, really hard, and that's basically the same fucking thing. Basically the same fucking thing. Nestle's Quick with the bunny on it. Basically the same thing. You want to make if you like Italian ice, say you like what I like is the watermelon Italian ice. The last time I did it was watermelon and strawberries, and I added it was when I had Sweet and Low, so I added a packet of Sweet and Low and I mixed it up in it, and I put it in the freezer. It was really good. But yeah, that's all you gotta do. Like, you go to get a large Italian ice at Rita's at the ferry in Manhattan, $8. Just get the fruit, cut it up, freeze it, make it yourself, save a bunch of money. You just gotta know how to make the shit. I'm a frugal bitch. What can I say? I gotta be a frugal bitch. You know, I live on a very low, I'm on a fixed income. So for me, in order to be able to eat that kind of stuff, I have to make it myself. You know? Yeah, $8. So I will make the shit myself. Fuck that shit. And what you want, you can either have a blender, or I got this personal little blender thing from Walmart.com. I can't remember how, I can look to see how much it was. But yeah, you gotta make sure it's charged, and sometimes it takes forever to do it, but at least it does it. At some point I'm gonna get a regular blender, full-size blender, but right now it's not feasible. But at some point I will. But if you're on a fixed income and you like Frosties and Italian ices and things like that, I'll tell you how to make them. From my understanding, I actually downloaded the video to my phone. I think it's actually on this phone. You can make mint chocolate chip ice cream using only a few ingredients, one being cottage cheese. And evidently it tastes just like mint chocolate chip ice cream. So yeah. Yeah, at least well, from the video I saw, the guy said it tastes just like it. He tried, he was like, you know what you're telling me? You can make, yeah, mint chocolate chip ice cream using cottage cheese? And he did it, and yeah. Well, right now, he's in Florida, probably at home, or he's still at being 12, 17, he's at home probably. The students at from the dance studio that he teaches at here, because he's originally from here, they had a competition this weekend. So, from my understanding, they did amazing. I am so proud of those. I'm so proud of all these kids. They have the best teacher, what can I say? You know. But yeah. And for the record, he is an entertainer. He's a musician. You know, you've heard me play that song Collide, and Let Me Take You Dancing that I played yesterday. That's him. No, I'm not a teacher. No. I can't fuck. I know how to dance like a stripper. That's about it. No, he teaches dance he's been teaching since he was, I think he started dancing when he was 10, and then he started teaching when he was 12, I think, is what he said. Yeah, I pay attention to things like that. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's very good looking. But see, for me, it doesn't matter how he looks physically. I mean, he looks good no matter what. But he could be the size of his Uncle Tony and everything else, and he would still be the sexiest, most handsome man in the universe to me. I don't know. This is the thing. Sometimes I think he does, then other times I'm like, does he? Then, I don't know. We've had some moments. We've had some very special moments. Would you like to see a video of the first night I met him in person? You're telling me. And he's very focused on his career. But I'll show you the video. That's what makes me happy is him. No matter how my day is, or how bad it is, or how bad things get. Why am I gonna fucking cry now? Jesus Christ. He makes me emotional, damn it. He gets me all emotional. So this video was done at Wigs and Wishes in 2022 when I went for the first time. And so that's his fan, and that's him. His arm around the fan. And that's security right in front of him. And in the background I'm saying, I don't know. Got Gordon up to him. And that's me. Very. Very interesting. And no, I did not tell him how I felt that night. No, it was pants and a shirt. It was dress shirt and dress pants. See if I can find the part where... Hold on. Okay. And that was to me. Enough of you, love, babe. Yeah. That was the first night we met. And when you hear the guy in the background, go Cheech, go. Yeah, that was his uncle. One of his uncles that sought me out in the crowd. Had a brief conversation before he came over and started serenading me. Like he did. I mean the hold on. Hold on. You mean this? Yeah. Yeah, he grabbed me and pulled me into him. He grabbed and he's never I've never seen him like that with any of the fans. And then yeah, we're not gonna get into you know. But the video, I didn't ask for that video. I don't like. I got it like 2 days after the event, so that was very sweet. Yeah, you might want to tell him that. I've only been waiting for him for 4.5 years. Damn it, I've been faithful to him the whole time without even being with him. I can't be with anybody unless it's him. He has my heart. Yeah. I miss him a lot. Tell him what? How I feel about him? He already knows. He already knows how I feel about him because I told him to his face. He kind of made me tell him. April 2023, when I went to the Church Choice Awards. I went to the meet and greet, and that's the picture of me in the black and white dress that I showed earlier with him. I don't know how we ended up matching, but we did. It almost looks as if it was set up that way. Just clean up well. Just clean up well. Yeah. So we talked and everything, and I was going to tell him that I couldn't tell him. And so I go out after my turn. Yeah, I go out and I sit out on one of the tables or something, and I'm talking to the other women there. And he kept nagging at me. I had to tell him. I had to tell him. Something. I had to tell him I couldn't. So about, I don't know how much time I had passed, but I go and I was like, excuse me, is it okay if I forgot to tell Frankie something, is it okay if I come in and tell him? He's like, yeah, come in. I walk over to him and he's like, I'm like, shit. He's like, no, tell me. He grabbed me by the hand, he wouldn't let go, and he made me tell him. By the time I got it out, someone come in, and I said that I was in love with him and everything. And I got the weirdest response. Oh, but I want you to fall in love with somebody else because I want you to be happy. But I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Okay. That's so and then I told him that I asked him, when his grandmother's birthday was. So is your grandmother's birthday March he said May. And then I told him about a recurring dream I've had, and I still have, all this time later. And it's the day we get married, and it's his grandmother's birthday. And ironically, it's at Trinity Church. That's what's weird. I'd never seen that church till I got here, till I moved here. It's a Trinity Church, and someone's asked, it's the same thing every time. Why'd you two pick this day to get married? And his response is always the same. It's because him and his grandma were so close, and we wanted to and she's no longer here, so we wanted to incorporate her memory into our wedding, something along those lines. Make her part of it, I guess, in a way. So that's why we chose to get married that day. And so, and then I told him it was just the beginning for him with his career. And I said, big things are coming. And he's like, what do you think, you're psychic or something? I said, oh, baby, I've had this since I was a child. And then, that was about it. And we hugged and I walked out. He did ask me what I was going to wear that night, or the next, at the church voice. I said it was a surprise. But, yeah. And then after that, yeah, you'll see him again. But after that, look what's happened with his career since. When I said big, I told him big things were coming for him, and I meant it. I am sorry for your loss, sweetheart. Yeah. He knows exactly how I feel. And I have said something to him since. More recent than over 2 years ago. But Wigs and Wishes in 2023. I'll never forget it. We had the meet and greet, then we had the event, and then during the fireworks, I just DM'd him. Fireworks are beautiful. And everybody was out on the balcony. And so I get, too many people, too many emotions, too much. So I made my way over to the corner of the balcony by the wall, where I can look out over the river and watch the fireworks. And I'm sitting there watching them, and I don't know what the fuck it was, but something just told me, look over. And I just looked like that. And he is right next to me like this. And my dumbass, in all my intelligence, said, fancy meeting you here. And he laughed. And he's like, yeah, I'm just trying to get videos or pictures of the fireworks. I'm like, oh, okay. He turned to me and he put his phone down and he turned to me and he smiled at each other and he put his hand on my forearm. And before anything else could be said, we stood there for a couple of moments in silence, just smiling and looking at each other. And then somebody came over and said he had to go do photos and that. He said, right now? And she says, yeah. He says, I'm sorry. He apologized and he said, excuse me. That was it. The hell, man? So, yeah. I miss him. Last year, Wigs and Wishes, we probably would have gotten a little time together afterwards, but I DM'd him. I said, hope to see you at the disco. I have to go change my shoes first because I was going to blisters. So I went and I could not find the car to save my life. I looked and I could not find it. Finally I found it. By the time I found the car, I changed my shoes, got down there, it was already gone. So Just my luck, you know. So, yeah. I've even taken stuff down to the studio for him 3 times. I did 4 round trips. One of them, he wasn't there, and so I ended up taking his birthday. I made homemade banana bread with homemade peanut butter frosting for his birthday. I took it down. There was a very nice lady there. Said he wasn't there, but told me when he would be there. And when I took it back down, his friend come out and says, "Oh, you have something else for Frankie?" Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. But I was like, yeah, his birthday's coming up. I wanted to get, I made this for him. She's like, oh, okay. He went to, he went to Texas, but he's gonna be back soon. Okay, I gave it to her, and I know who she is because I've seen videos of her and that. And she works, she does dance studio too and that, and I actually follow her too on Insta. But she seemed to know who I was. So, yeah. I've done that 4 times. I haven't done that, I'm not doing that anymore. Because I get down there, the first time the doors were all locked up because obviously they were getting ready for, competition, right? So I couldn't go in, but the kids came out, got the stuff, and they said that he would come out and see me if he could, but, if they weren't getting ready for competition, it'd be different. But right now, he's very work-focused, work-oriented, and I completely understand. I would never just want to distract him or anything like that. And, so when I went back again, I went back another time, and I took him. I remember I got up that day, I made my homemade fried chicken, I cooked some food for him, and I took him some goodies and that kind of thing. And, that kind of thing. And, took it down, and I went through the office, and I could hear him talking, talking to the students and that, in the other room. And on the whole way down there, I'm like, okay. And I was like, to myself, on the way there on the bus, I'm like, this time I'm going to see him if I can. I'm going to see him if I can. I'm not going to chicken out. I'm not going to chicken out. I get there, I go in, and there was, a couple other teachers in the other room with some of the others, some little kids, and I hear him teaching, and I was in there for, 5 minutes, and I could not do it, because I was afraid he was going to be mad or something. So, I didn't go in there, but I'm like, excuse me, and I told the ladies, and they're like, yeah? And I'm like, can you let Frankie know there's some food and stuff out here for him? They're like, yeah? Alright, thank you, have a good day. And I left. Because I got nervous. I was afraid that if I interrupted him, he would get mad. Because I know how, I've seen videos where he is with the kids and everything, and he's when he is doing that, he's very focused, and I don't want to disturb him. So, and also, when I do that kind of thing, take stuff down to him, I do it because I want him to know that I'm thinking about him and I care about him. And I know how hard he works. So I do it whether I'm going to see him or not. That's why I would do it. Because you know, I just take it down to him, sure. And then I leave it for him. I never interrupt him. Because by the time I get down there, even if I could go in there and that, I get nervous and that he's gonna get mad that I interrupted his class. Which is probably the dumbest shit I could be getting mad at or worry about. You know? But because of the life I've had, I don't know what to expect, and I don't want to get him mad, or I don't want to upset him or make him mad or anything, and I know I probably would make him mad. But for me, I kind of would need him to tell me that it would be okay. Otherwise, if I go down there and that, I'm not gonna interrupt his class. He knows. He knows how I feel. He knows exactly how I feel. Let's put it this way. Yeah, he's very committed to. He's very committed to his career and to teaching and everything else. And I would never take that away from him, and never, you know. If I get lucky enough to be with him, I don't want to change anything about him or take away anything from him or stop him from doing anything. Just, you know, a little bit of communication here and there would be nice, and see him every now and then would be nice. Spend a little quality time here and there. That's, you know, it's very easy to make me happy. You know? That's what it takes to make me happy, shit. Yeah, I'm very much in love. I'm head over heels madly in love with him. And for the record, yes, he does watch my lives occasionally. Come to find out. Yeah. He's even said that he watches the ones he knows. He does watch the ones of us that do go live. So you never know when he's watching, because he's sneaky. I love the man. I do. Sneaky little shit, but I love the man. And I'll always love that man. He's the only one I'll ever love. Whether I get to be with him or not. You'll never know. You'll never know. I don't even know. He's very sneaky like that. I only know one time that he was actually on. It was him and his best friend, because it was his best friend's account. That's how I knew he was watching. But that didn't change anything that I did or said. Because I was, at that night, I think I was talking about the Illuminati and the family I grew up in and everything. I saw the anime and I'm like, okay, I'm still going with it. I don't hide shit. Like, I want, like, anything about me, I want him to hear, like, I'm not gonna, that's why I'm very open and honest, because why would I fucking hide shit or lie about who I am or what I am or whatever? You know. I very much love him. Well, if that's the case, then I hope he comes and sees me. Damn it. I hope he comes and sees me. Because I'm very open and honest. What you see is what you fucking get. This is me and you. If you were perfectly, you should take me as I am. 'Cause I can promise you, baby, what you see is what you get. Come on, Cletus. Lord have mercy. Matter of fact, I wonder if that's why he started cooking. But it did impress me, and I'm very proud of him. You know. I'm very, very proud of that man for everything he does. And I want him to be a household name. and want everybody to love him as much as I do. And yeah, I deal with a lot of women that are, for some reason, are jealous of me. I don't fucking know why. But I don't know if it's jealousy or what the fuck it is. People say it's jealousy. I don't get the whole jealousy thing. I've never been jealous of anybody or anything. Shit. You know? What the fuck do I gotta be jealous of? And I don't know what the fuck people... Even when I was homeless in my fucking car, I had people come up fake accounts, and they were fans of his. Lord have mercy. I've had fans of his come on fake accounts, like around Wigs and Wishes time when I was homeless, or when I would be going to go see him, and telling me I wouldn't be allowed in Wigs and Wishes, that I've even been told that he got a restraining order against me and all this shit. It's like, really, where is it? Where is it? You name it, they've said it, and it's like, oh, he would never be with you, you're blah 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 blah. It's like, really? He'll never be with me, and you never feel that way? And for my response to that is, did he tell you that? No. Was he thinking that and you read his mind? No. Then shut the fuck up. The only person that could ever tell me isn't that he would never be with me or isn't interested in me or anything like that is him. And he knows that he could tell me. And it's okay. If he's not, it's okay. I'm an adult. I'm a big girl. I can handle it. I'm not one that fangirls over anybody. Have I had crushes? Yes. Do I... And like in that video you saw, when we were interacting, and then the other two came up. The other two came up. I stood there patiently and let him have his interaction with them, and because that's just me. That's just me. I'm not one that gets jealous or anything like that. Nor am I gonna ruin someone else's moment with him. But some like to do that with me. Don't ask why, I don't know, but it's like, for me, it's like, he's human, I'm getting into the same career he is, and honestly, the only reason I started getting into it was because he said if he were to ever date someone again, it would probably be someone in the industry, and that's fine. But what's interesting is he had seen videos, because like duets I would do with him singing, he saw that. So I don't know if that's had anything to do with it, to try and get me to go that route or whatnot, but it worked. It worked. So, yeah. Yes. Yes, he's seen the videos of me singing, and I can guarantee you if he's, like I said, he watches my lives and that, and I don't know when he's watching, when he's not, but I can guarantee you he's watched my lives when I'm singing. I can guarantee it. And I always know when it is, because, how do I put this? You ever been able to feel someone else's emotions? make it sing a song. I don't write music, I just sing. That's the thing. Yeah. I know when he's mad, I know even if he's faking being happy and he's actually mad, I can feel it. I can always tell. I know when he's mad, I know when he's happy, I know when he's upset, I know when he's sad, I know when he fights back tears when he's live. I know when he does the fake smiles, and I know when he genuinely smiles. I know when he does the fake laugh, and I know when he does a real laugh. When he has the fake excitement, and then when he's really excited. I can tell the difference. I tell. Thank you. You too, hon. But yeah, I could tell. Like, sometimes I'll talk about things that I've been through that are not a good thing. And when I start feeling a certain way, I know it's him. And I know he's on here when that happens, because I can feel it when he gets angry. And he's also Italian, so I'm like, it's not worth it. Can't change the past. I don't condone violence. Yeah. Because I know nothing will ever make up for what happened to me in the past. And they probably, honestly, will never pay for what they've done. Sometimes. Sometimes. It just depends. Sometimes when I sing certain songs, I'll cry at times, and then other times I won't. The same fucking songs. And then I know. And sometimes when I talk about him, I start crying for no fucking reason. That tells me. No. Not a stalker, sweetie. Not even close. You can ask him, he'll laugh at you. No, he's never in the room with us. Well, actually, technically, kinda. Almost every night, actually. You want to say? Actually. Oh, and to the one that says I'm stalking him, ask him. Go and ask him. He'll laugh at you. I can guarantee you that. So you want to know if he's ever in the room with me when I'm sleeping? Well, I would say so, wouldn't you? And then that, but yeah. See, he is in the room with me when I sleep, because I sleep here. There we go. Oh yeah, you know. Nothing wrong with being a stalker. Of course. See, I'm not the jealous type at all. I'm not jealous at all. Like, if I were to be with him, right? Here's what would happen. Say he and I were together, right? And say we went out to a club. And he wanted to dance with another girl or whatever. You know what I would do? Yeah, baby, get it. And I would cheer her on too. Girl, get you some. Yeah, that's just me. That's just me. Please, I've been in a throuple before. Shit. Look at me giving away all my secrets. Now, as long as he's comfortable with whatever, then I'm alright with it. But the first time somebody does something to him that he makes him uncomfortable, I look good in orange and I will rock the orange jumpsuit. I'm very protective of him. We'll go follow him on his main account. On all social media. But yeah. I talk about him, I play his music and everything else. I promote the man. Shit. That's what you do when you love someone. Are you talking about a corn? I've been there, done that. And yes, once, I was 24 and married. It was me, my ex-husband, and 3 other people. You won't find it. I'm a lady in the streets, but a freak in the sheets, you know? What can I say? I mean, I might be too much for him. Shit. You know, the thing is, I've heard him say he does this, that, and the other. Okay. Put your money where your mouth is. Show up at my door. Let's see. You know. Well, I'm talking about Frankie, so that should explain it. Like I said, he makes me happy. I would be a lot happier if I could see him, in person, spend a little time with him. Quality time, Don't even have to go out. Shit. Somebody asked me once what would be the perfect date for me. What I would consider the perfect date to be with him. And quite honestly, quality time alone. That would be the perfect date. We could fuck things up in the kitchen or order DoorDash or whatever. I don't. like, together on the same life, that would be up to him. I mean, I would if he wanted to, but if he didn't want to, I would respect that. That's just it. I'm not one that, like, I would never put him in any predicament to where, oh, thanks. I would only come live with him if we were together, you know, if he was okay with it. But then again, I'm not with him, and I wish I was. Damn it. I miss him a lot. I miss him more than I've ever missed anyone except my daughters. You know? But the thing for me is, in order for me to know how he feels or whatnot, he's gonna have to actually tell me. When it comes to flirting and everything else, I can't tell when a guy actually likes me. I know that's fucked up, but I can't. I've had guys have made it very clear when they like me. Usually, him, it's a whole nother ball of wax. But also, at times I think he does, and then other times I'm like, well, does he? Was he just being nice? Like the video, I thought he was just being nice. Everybody says that, so many people told me, no, he feels the same way about you. I'm like, sure he wasn't just being nice. I don't know. That's what I mean. I'm not going to know unless he tells me. And he's going to have to tell me in order for me to know. And I can't help that. It's just the way, because the way my life has been, and so many people have said, and I know this is stupid to listen to other people, but let me give you an example. In 2022, I was going to tell him, I had every intention of telling him how I felt when I saw him in person the first time. And then he's like, I dare you to tell him how you feel. I dare you to ask him. I'm like, alright, bet. And I had every intention on doing it. And the adopted mom, she's like, why would you do that? I was like, what? She's like, why would you embarrass yourself like that? I was like, why would you say that? And she's like, look at him and look at you. He can be with anyone he wants. He would never be with something like you. Not someone like me, something like me. So, I didn't tell him. And I acted like I wasn't interested in him like that because of what she said. Because when it came time, that's the voice I was hearing in my head at the time when I was there with him. That's why I didn't tell him that night. And I wish I had. God damn it. I'm sitting here crying again. But yeah. Yeah, I often wondered why his mom was so surprised I was still there later that night. I ran into his mom and some of his family at the elevator. She's like, Heather, you're still here? Yeah? Just got done dancing with some of the other girls, and now I'm going to go play and then go to my room. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know when it's going to be. Maybe I'll get lucky and he'll go to Wigs and Wishes as a guest. Because I'm going. Regardless, I'm going. I'm waiting right now for the delivery of the diamond painting I'm going to be doing for Martino and his wife. He probably isn't doing a concert until maybe January, I think. Somewhere early next year. Yes, his family lives here. But, I think I'm hoping he does a concert next year. It's probably not gonna be this year, though. But, maybe he'll go as a guest. Because I know he likes to, do new things, like, he's done Wigs and Wishes, from 2021 to last year. So, I'm not sure he'll be doing it this year. I don't think he's going to do it this year. What does he do now? He records and that kind of thing, and he travels and to different studios around the country and that, and in Canada, and teaches, and he's still doing his music career, but it takes a lot to put a concert together, and there's a lot that goes into doing it, and it costs a lot of money. So you never know, though. You never know what's going to happen. But when the time comes. But maybe I'll get lucky when he comes back to New York, and maybe he'll stop by and see me. Then again, maybe it's wishful thinking. Honestly, if he asked me to spend the rest of my life with him, I would in a heartbeat. I'd marry that man if he wanted to marry me. See, with me, he would never have to worry about his heart getting broken. Because if he ever get tired of me, I'd tell him to go take a nap. When you wake up, you won't be tired anymore. I don't know. I haven't been to his mom's house. But I can tell you it's on the other side of the island. The big island. So. But I have gone over there just to get a shake. A protein shake that, hello! I went to the place his sister recommended, and Has he responded with what? I'm confused. Has who responded with what? I'm so confused. You have to be a little more specific, sweetheart. Frankie is Frankie's busy, damn it. No, he, trust and believe he knows everything that's been going on. He's very sneaky. Very, very sneaky. I love that man. As sneaky as he is. Thing is, I don't like surprises, but if he were ever... But I know he likes to surprise people. So, that's the one time I would be okay with it, is if it was from him. 100% he watches a lot. He does. He's admitted on his lives that he watches the ones that he knows that goes live. He watches us. So, yeah. He does. Right now he's in Florida. The kids had a dance competition. Boy, kiss it. Boy, what? Like that? Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll do one better. If he shows up, I will kiss him. Fuck blowing kisses. That ain't as fun as kissing. You mean like... Like that? Blowing kisses ain't as fun as kissing, damn it. You're asking if I French kiss? Is that what you're asking? No, because I'm a prude. That's a very interesting question. Shit. If I can remember, I mean, it's been like... I don't even know. The last time I kissed anybody... It was the end of November. No, it was probably December 1st, 2020. That's the last time I was kissed. You know, like that. You know the song by Whitney Houston? Saving my life for you. But yeah. Oh, excuse me. Now, hopefully I'll remember how to do it. Hopefully it'll come. I'm sure it's like riding a bicycle, right? Trust and believe I know it's like, you know, I ain't gonna have a problem. Nah, trust and believe I ain't gonna have a problem. Just like everything else involved in that type of thing. Trust and believe. It's riding a bicycle. You never forget. You might think you might forget and not know how to do things, but then when the time comes, you'll know. And then it's on like Donkey Kong. And if it gets to that, if that ever happens, I'll probably outlast him. I can imagine. Let's see who could last the longest. That might be a challenge with him. I love for a challenge, shit. You know. Just saying. Come on over, come on in. Pussy, take a little feel. What you say is what you get. No, I might need a safe word. Shit. You know, I hear they call him Mr. Gray, so... yeah. Wonder which one of us is going to need the safe word. Let's put it this way. I'm pretty sure he's the male version of me and I'm the female version of him. So yeah, it's going to be interesting if we ever get to that point. If only he had the guts to feel this way. If only he had the guts to show up at my house and come to stay. So go, 'cause I need you. Please don't go, 'cause I need you. I wish. For me, like, here's the thing that a lot of people don't understand or realize, that even if he didn't do what he was doing as a career, if he wasn't who he was career-wise, right? Famous, whatever, celebrity, whatever I don't, you know, he's a person. To me, he is. And I'm extremely proud of him. I'm beyond proud of him. But let me put it to you this way. If I had met him and we had been both homeless at the same time, right? And I met him at the homeless drop-in center or wherever, and we were both homeless, I would have been with him. And we would have worked together to make things better work together to make our lives better together. You know what I mean? Because I love him. I fell in love with him before I ever knew his name. Shit. I did. I remember he was wearing a long sleeve, tannish brownish shirt, black hat turned backwards, his glasses on the front of his shirt, sitting down. I think he was wearing sweats or khakis or something. And he smiled. And the moment I laid eyes on him, on that video, I saw his heart and soul instantly. I was in love with him. And then he said, "What do you build me up? Buttercup baby, just to let me down and mess me around in the worst of all. You never could, baby, when you say you will. But I love you still, honey, do more than anyone, darling. You know that I have from the start. So build me up, Buttercup to break my heart. And I'm like, oh my god, who is this guy? He needs to be fake. This is what he needs to be doing for a career. And I had no fucking idea till later. I had no idea at the time. But then I found out, and then I figured it out. Because that video was actually taken, that I saw, a scammer had taken and put it on a fake account. That's how I came across, that's how I learned who he was the first time I ever saw him was on a scammer's account. But then I figured out who he was and everything, and I went and followed him on his main account as soon as I found out. And so yeah. That was February of 2021. And all this time later, here we are. I'm still waiting. Because once I saw him, every crush I ever had went out the fucking window. And I am not attracted to anyone but him. I can't help that. Yeah, the song, I only ask for you. Yeah. I only have eyes for him. In the words of the owl on Bambi, I'm Twitter bait. Yeah. Yeah. And what people don't understand, a lot of people, because here's the thing, there's a lot of fans that will be really pissed off. I don't give a fuck. You don't choose who you fall in love with, it just happens. And if he is who he is, but he also has, how do I say this? He also has every right to be with the person he wants to be with, no matter who it is. And as long as he's happy, that should be all that matters to anyone. You know? Even if he ends up with somebody else. For me, as long as they make him happy, and they treat him right, and don't do the jealousy shit, because that ain't gonna work. But holy shit. As long as he's happy, that's all that matters. I'll tell you, and I would defend their relationship to the death. But the first time she hurts him, I will rock that fucking orange jumpsuit. I'm very protective of him. Which means, whoever he ends up with, whoever, I'm going to be protective of her too. Whoever he ends up with, that's who I'm going to be protective of too. Because I'm protective of his family too. You know? I love it. Lord have mercy. Okay, you're saying I'm a stalker. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? And mind you, this is recorded and gonna be posted. I'm just letting everybody know it always is. Same shit, different day. See, that's a stalker. In love. You know. You'd probably get a kick out of that, actually. Knowing him. I'll never forget the first time we were at the meet. We were doing the meet and greet, and there was somebody out there with me, and did the picture with him, and then I asked me and the other woman. God, I can't stand it. Anyways, we decided we both were going to get pictures with Lori, his production manager. I'm not real sure. Well, somebody that's very close to him, his production person. She just, yeah, her and her wife are. Yeah, it's a long story. I'm not real sure. Anyways, they're like family to him and everything, and she got a picture first with him, with Lori, and then me and Lori got a picture together, and then she turns and takes a picture of Frankie, and she has my phone. I have the picture, and she takes a picture of Frankie, and then after taking the picture of him, she's like, Frankie. He's like, huh, what? I said, Frankie Vogue, and he busted out laughing. And I looked at the picture, and he was looking at me when the first picture was taken. You could tell he was looking at me, because, yeah. So I wonder, what would he do if he knew that that I had plans on possibly moving to England? I don't know. Gotta ask him that. I mean, I can't believe we're even discussing this. I'm not even with the band. I wish I was. It'd make me the happiest woman in the universe if I got the chance to be. Even a chance. If he gave me a chance. You know? My dream honeymoon? I don't know. Here's the thing. I've been married twice and divorced twice. I never had a wedding. Hell, I've never even been on a real date. So asking me where my dream honeymoon would be, I don't know. Never thought about it. I never imagined. What the hell am I crying for? Shit. I've never been on a real date, never had a wedding, never imagined ever being able to have a honeymoon, a real honeymoon, or even a real date, or even a wedding or anything. The first time I got married, my ex-husband and I went to the courthouse. We knew each other for a week, were together for a week, and we went to the courthouse to get our marriage license. And I said, oh, do you want to get married here? He says, yeah, let's do it. So I was wearing my pajamas the first time. The second time, my second ex-husband and I went to the courthouse, and then McDonald's afterwards. Yeah. And we slept in 2 separate rooms. Turned out he was gay. Did I know? No. But he married me evidently to get out of his mom's house and to allow off my Social Security so he didn't have to work. But no, I've never been on a real date, and I've never had a wedding, never been on a real date. I don't know what romance is like. I'm a romantic person. I like the guys I've been with, I've made candlelight dinners and shit like that. Done body massages and all that good shit. But I don't know what it's like to have romance for me. Well, you'd have to talk to him, because, I mean, I'm not even dating the man. I would love to date the man. Trust and believe I would. I'd give anything. Here's the thing. If he were to show up at my house and say, pack your stuff, let's go, you're moving with me, or let's go get married right now, whatever, I would say, let's go, let's do it. But at the same time, he would have to bring his suitcases because I only have one small suitcase thing. I don't fit all my stuff. It would only take me like 20 minutes to pack everything anyway. Throw all my clothes in a suitcase, get my toiletries, and let's go. God, y'all are planning my wedding, mine and his wedding. We're not even dating. But I would in a heartbeat. I would marry that man in a heartbeat. I know what I would want for a wedding, though. If he and I did get married, if he wanted to. I already know what I would want. And I know a lot of people, it's kind of cliche or whatever you want to call it. On the beach. I'd want to do it on the beach. Barefoot. On the beach, barefoot. With, an ankle bracelet and like, I don't know. I'd want to wear like a summer dress, like a summer type wedding dress, something nice, but not a fancy schmancy wedding dress thing. That ain't me. I'm not one for big ball gown dresses and shit like that. I could picture it. Me wearing like a nice summer dress or a simple but beautiful wedding dress that was right for me. And him wearing like a dress shirt, but the sleeves rolled up to the elbows, and dress pants. What? Like white dress pants. They should just. Why do I see? That's weird. And lilacs and roses. Lilacs and blue roses. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Yeah. You know. Actually, I'd probably have to wear sandals. Because the sand will burn the shit out of your feet. No. I'll wear sandals, thank you. But, it's nothing like, I'm very simple. I'm not extravagant. And like for me, I didn't. I like for me, if he were to get me gifts and shit like that, yeah, you gotta get me anything expensive. Shit. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Something small, you know? Small and intimate with only a few people. You know, like his his really good, great friends and that. I mean, I don't have anybody, so. I don't know about that. One thing, singing on here is one thing. Singing in front of people, like in person, that's a whole nother story for me. But maybe singing together. Kind of like The Shallow with, you know, Bradley Cooper and, yeah. Fuck, what the fuck? Lady Gaga. Brain fart for a minute, shit. That was bad. Like, and, the fuck, man. Yeah, we'll just sing that for our wedding song, you know. Hey, I'm so glad you're planning this. I mean, I don't even know how the man feels about me. Shit. I don't even know how the man feels about me. So I try not to get my hopes up. Because if he doesn't feel the same way, that's okay. But it would be amazing and a dream come true if he did. And I would be the happiest woman in the universe if I got to spend the rest of my life with him. Well, maybe someday. Maybe someday it'll happen. It's like I said, what would he think if he knew that I was seriously considering moving to the UK? You know? The one thing that'll stop that from happening is him to tell me that, you know, if he wants to be with me, he needs to tell me. Make a fucking move, Jesus Christ. He can have his career and be with me at the same time if he wants to be with me. You know? I know that there would be times where we would have to be apart and everything, and that's okay. Because I like my alone time too. Like, you know? I'm like, I don't need to be with someone 24/7. You know? Because that's just so. And I have goals and ambitions and things too. But when we spend our, you know, when we do have time together, it's going to be magical and all that if we get to be together. Yeah. And you can't spend 24 hours a day with, you hasn't been 24 hours together because it doesn't work. Also, you can't have jealousy in a relationship. You gotta have trust. You know? And I think by now he knows that I would never cheat on him in any way, shape, or form. I mean, I've been waiting for the man for 4.5 years, and the only person that's been close to me being any type of physical affectionate with me is him. So, that's it. You know. The only time I've ever felt like I was right where I was meant to be. Right, like home. The only time I ever felt like I was home was when I was with him. And I miss him. So much. I can't help it, damn it. He is the only one that's ever made me emotional like this. And the one thing I want more than anything in this world is just to see him in person. Spend a little time with him. That's what I want more than anything in this world. Is that bad? Is that bad? That's the one thing I want the most in this world. Is just to see him and spend time with him. Sorry. Yeah, but he may not want it. He may not feel the same way. I'll tell you what, not knowing hurts more than him just telling me he doesn't feel the same way. But he's never told me he doesn't feel the same way. The closest I got was, oh, why don't you follow somebody else? Because I want you to be happy. But I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Interesting. Usually says he, love you. But that day he said, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Well, fucker, if you love me, then fucking come show me and tell me to my face. Come see me, damn it. I don't know. What's a girl gotta do to get a man to come see her? Shit. I've tried everything. I've waited for 4.5 years. I waited for 4.5 years for that man. So, what do I do? Keep waiting, I guess. I'm not gonna be with anybody else. He has my heart. Always has and always will. So, I hate waiting. 4.5 years is a long time, you know. But hopefully, at some point, he'll finally tell me how he feels. Fingers crossed it'll be good and he'll want to be with me too. But if he doesn't, that's okay too. Because if he doesn't, I'm still going to support him and still going to promote his music and everything else. I'm just going to shut off my feelings for him. Because I can do that. The only reason I haven't is because I don't know how he feels yet. And I don't want to shut off my feelings for him if he feels the same way. Because once I shut off my feelings for him, there ain't no coming back from that. I know that for a fact because I've done it before. And I'm not willing to take the chance of shutting my feelings off for him if he does feel the same way. Because if he does feel the same way and then decides that to take that chance on me and comes and tells me how he feels, and I shut my feelings off for him, then there's no coming back, and that's not going to work. But I am seriously considering moving to the UK, and the one thing that will stop that from happening is if he tells me how he feels, and that's the reason. No, he's never been married. But that's why, I'm kind of taking my time with it, because I'm hoping he tells me. Because I know that once I get over there, I'm not coming back if I go. If I move there, I'm moving there forever. So he kind of needs to tell me how he feels and that. And I want him to. Because I want to be with him. either way, I'm moving, whether it's to another country, either to another state or another country, I'm moving. You know, I don't like New York. Visiting is one thing. Visiting, yeah, great. Living here, shit. I want to move back to Florida, shit. That's the thing. Even though I was living in my car and homeless, I was happier when I was in Florida. Weird, I know. Crazy. I know. The ocean brings me peace. Yes, there's the ocean here, but it's not the fucking same. You could go swimming in the ocean in Florida. Don't go swimming in the fucking ocean here. You'll be swimming with a lot of bodies and shit. Don't swim in the ocean here in New York. You don't, trust me, if you don't want to swim in the ocean here. And the perfect day, if he and I were together and we're taking time to spend together, the perfect day for me, in my opinion, would be we would get up, go outside, have our coffee, and as long as he has a Keurig, because I don't drink regular coffee. I do the caramel cappuccino with the Snickers. When I have a Keurig, the caramel Walmart Great Value caramel cappuccino with the Snicker creamer. It's like drinking a Snickers bar. So that out on the porch or whatever, and then go play in the ocean all the time, go up and down the beach, me, him, and Presley. If he was okay taking her out on the beach, I don't see why I wouldn't be, but you never know. But yeah, just me, him, and Presley going out on the beach, and then maybe play in the ocean. After we're done, go shower and get comfy clothes, and maybe order DoorDash or whatever, and watch our favorite old, watch old movies or concerts or whatever, or just spend holiday time together. That's a perfect day for me. Don't have to go out, don't have to spend money unless we want to order in. Or we could just fuck things up in the kitchen, so to speak. That's why he puts things, fuck things up in the kitchen, cooking. We could do that too, but don't have to go out, don't have to spend a bunch of money. I'm not about going out and, I can't drink anyway. I don't feel like being sick for days to a week. So that's why I can't drink. I guess for reasons. And when I drink, I'm better now than I used to be, because I used to drink like a fish. I don't know. A couple of drinks I'm alright, but other than that, I would be sick for days to possibly weeks, and no thank you. So, we don't have to go out party. I'm not into partying anyway, go out, have a good time or whatever, if we decided to, but, the perfect day, just spending time together. don't spend any money. You know? And when it came to giving me gifts, I'm more of a sentimental type of bitch. You see a flower when you're passing by and it makes you think of me, then I'd rather have that than, you know, bring me home that flower instead of buying me a dozen roses or whatever. Sing me a song. Write me a song. Whatever. You know, don't spend a bunch of money. Frappuccino, that's a whole other situation because it's like, okay, you want to give me something as a gift and you're thinking about me, give me a Frappuccino. Shit. You know, I'm very easy to make happy. Shit. It's amazing how my ex has failed at it, though, isn't it? Especially when I told him exactly what it takes to make me happy. They failed miserably. But you know, I'm glad they did. I'm glad it didn't work out with any of them. Because they weren't always for me. And if it had worked out, I would never... Yeah, who knows what's going on in the future. He's it. No, I'd even like going to the gym with him. I would. Of course, I ain't lifting no 450 fucking pounds. Fuck that shit. You can do that, I'm not. You know, you get the drift. But yeah. Anytime when you have a hard, stressful day, I give him a massage. Or anytime he asks for it. And I've been told I'm the perfect wife. I'd be the perfect wife. I cook, I clean, even when I worked, I cooked, I cleaned. And I always do everything I can to make the person I'm with happy. I treated my past relationships like kings, and they didn't deserve it. Imagine if I was with him, and he treated me right. Imagine how happy I would make him. Please try to. Anytime we would, and I can imagine, anytime we would go to the store and he was having a bad day, I'd make an ass out of myself in front of everybody in that goddamn store to make him laugh. If I needed to. Maybe someday. Maybe. If I get lucky. Live water. It's okay. But yeah, perfect day. Perfect day that I would, for me and him, in my opinion. Just quality time. Thanks. So, that sounds corny. Maybe it does. What do y'all think? Does any of it sound too corny? Like I said, I don't know what romance is like. I've seen it in movies. I know how to be romantic. I've just not experienced it myself. So, maybe someday. Someday my prince will come. Maybe. If I get lucky. If I get lucky. So, how's everybody else? Now that I've, I guess made a complete ass of myself. Now everybody knows. Right? So how's everybody else doing? We've had people planning mine and Frankie's wedding and honeymoon and all that. Now I'm like, we're not even together. I wish. If only. If only. Oh shit. So, what was everybody's plans for this weekend? Now, 4th of July is Friday. Me, I'm not doing a fucking thing. That's frozen. So, Anywho, anybody got anything planned for the weekend? Anything is, exciting? If y'all are commenting, I ain't seeing it. So, I don't know. It's gonna be a fucking joke.
Then the other way around. Skepticism of white kids going to predominantly black schools face more discrimination than the other way around. Skepticism of white people, and in some cases hatred of white people, is taught in a lot of black households. Black kids are constantly taught about all the bad things that white people did to black people. We never talk about the shared history that we have in this country with white Americans. So if you're a white kid going to a predominantly black school, you're put into an extremely hostile environment. And an environment where the students aren't just against you, but the faculty is as well. The only way you can survive these schools is by becoming a self-hating white that strips themselves of their white identity. You can't express yourself as a white person in a predominantly black school. But
Lord
if you're a
have
black
mercy.
person going to an all-white school, you are championed and showered with all this greatness. You're allowed to express yourself and promote your identity as much as you want to. This just highlights the racial bias that is seen in a lot of these schools across America. If you're black, you're God. If you're white, you're the devil. White kids going to predominantly black schools, maybe we should never free the slaves. I'm about to get super canceled for what I'm about to say. But
Now y'all want to guess if that was that a white man talking about all that or a black man? Yes, I'm switching it up right now. Because I just had, I don't know if I break this up, but who do you think that was a white man or a black man talking?
White kids going to predominantly black schools face more discrimination than the other way around. Skepticism of white people, and in some cases hatred of white people, is taught in a lot of black households. Black kids are constantly taught about all the bad things that white people did to black people. We never talk about the shared history that we have in this country.
Do you want to take a guess?
So
if this was a white person or a black person saying this?
Hostile environment, and an environment where the students aren't just against you, but the faculty is as well. The only way you can survive in these schools is by becoming a self-hating white that strips themselves of their white identity. You can't express yourself as a white person in a predominantly black school. But if you're a black person going to an all-white school, you are championed and showered with all this greatness. You're allowed to express yourself and promote your identity as much as you want to. This just highlights the racial bias that is seen in a lot of these schools across America. If you're black, you're God. If you're white, you're the devil. White kids going to predominantly black schools face more discrimination.
What the fuck? And if you guessed that person was white, you would be wrong.
Maybe we should never free the slaves. I'm about to get super canceled for what I'm about.
Literally.
Maybe we should never free the slaves. I'm about to get super canceled for what I'm about to say.
Oh, man said that. What the actual fuck? Yeah. Anywho, that's fucking nuts. Anyways, what was I talking about before? Oh, excuse me. So, talked about my feelings again. Why is that going on tonight? I don't know. That's weird. A summary. Wow, where do I begin? I don't even know where to begin with it. My life has been a lie. I didn't know I wasn't. Well, my real name isn't Grace, but it's what I decided that I want to be called right now. My life has been very, very different than others. I grew up in a, well, I didn't know that I grew up in a cult, but I grew up in a cult. I grew up with the leader's family. Back in October of last year, right before Halloween, someone by the name of Heather Anderton comes on the line and says, "Oh my God, you're my little sister named Tanya. You were kidnapped." And after about a month of gaslighting, lies, and everything, she even introduced her children to me on live as her long lost aunt. She texted me as three different people: her, the supposed bio mom, and somebody named Fawn, the supposed sister, gaslighting me, just a lot of shit. And when she was pretending to be the mom, I asked what my real name was, and she said, "I called you Angel, but your daddy called you Tanya," and she put it all in capital letters, Tanya. And so on November 22nd, the morning of November 22nd, very, very early morning of November 22nd, because I was going to be celebrating the last birthday as Heather. On the, I decided to let's start it on the 22nd, because I've never really celebrated a birthday. Well, I didn't think that a birthday could be ruined like it was. She made sure to ruin my birthday. And so I was sitting here on live, well, not here, I was in the other room. I switched my living area to my dining room. But I was jamming out and we were listening to music on my live, and I took a bit of a special chocolate square. No, I think I did two that night. Not a good idea. It was the cream of mushroom type. Never again. Um, but, gotta censor yourself on here. So, that night she texted me, "Hey, can I have your address? I want to send you, your birth certificate and everything else." No, this was a chocolate bar, not that. No, a chocolate bar of the cream of mushroom type of chocolate bar, not a gardening chocolate bar. So she said she wanted to send me my real birth certificate and everything else, some documents. I'm like, I didn't think anything of it. I believed her. Stupidly. And once I sent it to her, that's when everything went south and it just got really bad. And I was really, really upset. And, well, the majority of the day on the 23rd, I stayed in bed crying a lot. But on the 24th, I chalked it up to someone with no heart, no soul. Which is true. She doesn't have either one. But the name Tanya felt very familiar, and being called Heather always just felt weird to me. And so something, I don't know what it was, but something told me to look up children missing early 80s. And I did. The first one that came up was Tanya Michelle Williams. Very first one. Little Miss Tanya Michelle Williams disappeared on June 7th or June 8th of 1983 from her grandmother's backyard. Been missing all this time. I clicked on it. Beautiful little girl. Full-headed curly brown hair. I'll show you. So, Lord have mercy. Where is it? This is little Tanya. Beautiful baby girl with curly brown hair. Full-headed curly brown hair. And then I clicked on the age progression photo and dropped my phone. June 7th, 1983. And I started freaking out and I went live. I said, "Tell me this is me. Please tell me this doesn't look like me. Please tell me this doesn't look like me." And somebody called the Central Texas, the Shelby County Police Department, or Sheriff's Department, and they told them about me, and they saw me on here and said, "Oh my God, it looks just like the age progression." And told the person to tell me to call, and I did. And I think that the results probably would have ended up being different if law enforcement wasn't corrupt and I hadn't told them who I grew up with and what family I grew up with. There's the grandma. There's the grandma. Strange, huh? It's their air conditioner. That's what that is. It's their air conditioner. There's Tanya's dad. A little creepy. I know. And there's Tanya's mama. Back in the day. I have to put my glasses on. Did. There's Tanya's sister. According to law enforcement, it wasn't a match. Like I said, it might have been different had I not told them who I grew up with. That's what they said. Do I believe it? No. They said it wasn't a match, but confirmed I'm not Heather. Two different law enforcement at separate times confirmed I'm not Heather. And then someone I've known for about 20 years who is kind of part of that little group. Confirmed I'm not, that I was abducted and I was trafficked, but doesn't know who I am. There's Tanya's dad, right? Tanya's dad. And that's me in 1986. See, this group, this cult, I grew up with the leader's family. I remember the day I was taken. I remember running through strawberries. I remember there was a White House on the left side of me. There was white curtains in the windows. The man I ran up to was wearing a gray suit with a gray hat. Had a feather on the right side of the hat. Gave me an orange safety sucker. I don't remember his face because when I see it, his face is blurry and I can't see his face. But I'm willing to bet he was probably late 30s, early 40s. He had short brown hair. But the face is blurred out. And then when I woke up in the back of I woke up in a different, I don't think it was the car that took me, but I woke up in the back seat of a car. When I woke up, I was looking out, I could see I was laying in the back seat and I could see out the window. It was bright out. I don't think it was the same day I was taken, but there were like beige-ish, really light tan, off-white leather seats. There's something about and then the front seat was all connected. It wasn't two separate seats. Something about gold on the back of the front seat. I don't know. Like it would have been, if I am paying you, I was 20 months old when I was taken. But it was either the word gold or goldish color. There was a man and a woman in the front seat. The woman said, "What if she remembers?" And the man said, "Don't worry, she's so young, she won't remember. Just make sure you take better care of this one than you did the last one." She said it wasn't her fault. She turned around, the baby fell. And he said he didn't believe her because the first time it happened, they started arguing. He hit her, and I passed out. I remember being kept in a dog cage and being transported in either some sort of suitcase or a bag from place to place. When I have memories, it's like watching a movie. Sometimes when I remember things, and sometimes I'm watching it happen to me, and other times it's happening to me. But before that, I remember certain things I always remembered, like running up to the man in the suit and the strawberries. I remembered the strawberries. I remember the strawberries. I also always remembered being with a family I didn't grow up with. Stopping at a roadside motel, a brick roadside motel. There's a flashing vacancy sign in the office window. I remember that. It was hot out. It was summer. And the woman was wearing like a floral tank top. Looked like there were flowers, I'm guessing. The car was like from the National Lampoon's Vacation. That's the type of car it was. I remember being in a motel room with a very nice woman. It was just me and her. She seemed to really care about me. She had shoulder-length brown hair. Curly. It was kind of curly. Or wavy. Curly-ish, wavy-ish. And then, I think it was last night, I remember something about, I remember our house. I remember there were 4 steps going up to the porch. There was a porch swing on, if you were looking at the house, there was a porch swing on the left side. On the porch on the left side, there was a porch swing. Family I grew up in. If I had a dime for every time I was told I needed to write a book, I'd be rich. The family I grew up in was part of the Illuminati. They called the great-grandmother Grandmother Hayden. I grew up calling her great-grandma. I remember what I saw, what they did to other children. Some of the things they did to me. Let's see, law enforcement knowing who I grew up with because I sent them pictures and documents. Well, the Illuminati calls them their dogs. And if it were to come back that I was Tanya or any other missing child, they would all go down like a domino effect. They run this country and 16 others. And I'm not scared of them. That's why the DNA didn't match, is because they falsified it. There have been anonymous posts, a lot of lies posted about me on a blog for Tina Michelle Williams. My lives are recorded and posted to Scam Slam's account on YouTube, trying to make me out to be a scammer or a beggar or this, that, and the other. The things that have been said about me, the lies that have been told about me, are horrendous. I've had one or a few people pretending to be my daughter, pretending to be Frankie, you name it. The scare tactics, the threats, the intimidation, the trying to re-traumatize me, my address being doxed hundreds of times on my own life. I've had to change my number multiple times. I've had police show up at my house for wellness checks when I get close to the truth. That's how because one night in particular, something I said of what I believed probably took me, cops showed up at my house for a wellness check. The only time that happens, well, they don't anymore because I called and talked to a detective and I explained the situation. I said, don't you think that if that was going to happen? I said, I was homeless at the drop-in center. I was homeless in my car and then for 9 months and then the drop-in center for 4 months. I said, you know the place. He's like, oh yeah. I said, I fought tooth and nail to get in my home. Don't you think if that was the case, I would have done something when I was, before I moved in? He's like, oh yeah. So yeah, they don't come to my house anymore. But it's happened a couple times. I did an age progression of the girl in the red dress that is supposed to be me. It's not me. It's Heather Enderton. Heather Enderton is the real mother. Her family put me in her place and gave me her identity. I don't know why. I did survive the sacrifice. I do know that. I know that they're scared of me. And I know they can't do anything to me because if they could, they would have long before now. They would have succeeded. Proving who I really am, I don't know if that's ever going to happen. Because if I was able to, if they would do their jobs instead of being corrupt and taking payouts and protecting the wrong people, thousands of people would go down. This has been going on for centuries. Law enforcement protects them instead of protecting the children that are disappearing all the time when there's no trace of them. When the children that go disappearing and there's no trace of them found, it's because they're the ones that take them or buy them. Usually buy them. I guess my grandmother sold me. She wasn't trying to sell me, she was trying to sell my cousin. But they took me by mistake. Probably because I'm the one that ran up to the city, to the dude. Which is probably means I most likely knew who it was. I probably knew. So. And the only way to prove who I am, I don't know. But it was confirmed that I am 100% not Heather. And I was abducted and I was trafficked. So. Then after that family had me, The very first memory I have being with that family was running away. I ran up to elementary school before I could get up to the doors. The woman who adopted me in 1990 caught up with me in the car. That was Sue's sister. I grew up knowing Sue as my biological mom. Before I could get up to the doors, she got me in the car. Sue's sister got me in the car, beat me all the way back to the house, got me in the house where they proceeded to beat me, and then the next memory I have was very brief. It's just a few seconds, probably a good thing. I was in the shower with the man I grew up knowing as my uncle, who was by all accounts 15 years older than my legal age. And then the next memory I have is I couldn't stop urinating. They put me in diapers until they got me to the doctor. I had a shot at my ass to get me to stop. I figure that's probably why I ended up going back there all those times, and that because I was conditioned to not really leave. And then by all accounts, all my exes were most likely either set up for me to be with them, or I would meet them and then they would probably be promised something. Because I remember my second ex-husband was so obsessed with the Masons. He wanted to be one so bad, watched things about the Masons all the time. The Illuminati consists of the Eastern Star, the Masons, the Knights of the Templar, the Scottish Rites. That's who the Illuminati are. Proving who I really am, I don't know if I'll ever be able to. But the things that I remember witnessing and having happened to me, what I experienced and what I watched happen to others, other children, are worse than nightmares and horror movies combined. And the things that I don't remember from my understanding, what I've been told, are far worse than the things that I do remember. The reason that there will never be any trace of these children that go missing is because there's nothing to find. There's nothing left. These creatures are like Jeffrey Dahmer, so to speak. If you get my drift. So, me proving that I'm Tanya is probably never going to happen. They won't allow it. Matter of fact, From my understanding, they told the family before the DNA I was found or whatever, before a DNA test was ever done, they told them that I probably wasn't her. DNA most likely wasn't going to match. That's what they told the family. Excuse me. So, and I still don't have the physical results of the DNA. I got a call today telling me that I need, because I called yesterday and I said if they didn't send them to me, they didn't call me or whatever, to get my address and send me the results, I was going to show up down there with an attorney and news team, news crews with cameras, and they can explain to them why they haven't given me the physical results of my DNA test. So I got a call today from someone other than the actual Texas Ranger that I spoke with, saying that I have to email requesting the records. And if they have them, they would send them to me. Well, how would you not have my DNA results, and why do I have to fucking go through all that just to get the results sent to me? Also, why did it take this long to get some sort of answer? And why do they avoid talking to me like the Black Plague? What I was I was actually given the number for the place that did the testing, told to call and request them, and I did, and I was told then from the testing center that it was against their policy and that I would have to get them from law enforcement. And I said, they're my results. It's negative, right? So what's... Oh, well, it's an ongoing investigation. I get it's an ongoing investigation, but if my DNA isn't a match, why can't you just send me the results? Does that make sense to anybody? So now they have my DNA, and if they get someone else's DNA, chances are they're going to switch it. Say, oh yeah, here she is. Because they're never going to let the truth be known. I trust one person. only one. I trust Frankie. That's the only person I trust. I don't trust law enforcement. I don't trust doctors. I don't trust nobody else. And I don't trust doctors because, the Illuminati likes to keep the children that are elite of the elite. The elite children. The ones with talent. The ones that are intelligent. My IQ is 149, for example. And obviously I sing that kind of thing. But that's not why I was kept. They weren't trying to make money off of me. Because if they were, they wouldn't have poisoned me and had me over-medicated and everything else. I think if I hadn't have tried to run away, it would have been different. But because I tried to run away, they wanted to make sure that I never got away. They wanted to make sure that they kept me under their control. So, and I guess just because Sue wasn't doing a very, very good job, that's why we were taken to El Paso in 1989. And as soon as we got there, the woman, Sue's sister, said that we had lice, and she cut my hair really, really short. But she didn't do any treatment or anything. She always had my hair really, really short. And she dressed me in the clothes that she wanted me to wear. Basically, she wanted to hide me. They hid me in plain sight. Had me look like, I'll show you. It's falling apart, shit. Thing's old. I was going to show you. So, now that I found this picture, so we got Tanya's mom, right? Then we got me as a teenager. It's okay. Kind of weird, huh? I don't look like that family at all, do I? See, I wasn't allowed to really wear dresses or clothes I wanted or girly clothes. wasn't even allowed to shave till high school. Never allowed to wear makeup. This is how she made me dress and have my hair growing up. So, hidden in plain sight. This is the girl in the red dress. That's not me. That's Heather Anderton. It'll be warm in here. This is the age regression of the girl in the red dress. Does that look like me? Or does it look like her? Proving who I am. I don't know if it'll ever happen. So now I go. I prefer to be called Grace. Grace Marie. Because I don't have a choice. I refuse to be called Heather. Last year, Christmas time, around Christmas time, I got a candle. It's like Christmas morning. And when I got home, I lit it. It smelled like a real pine tree. And I had a memory of a Christmas. Could have been Thanksgiving. But I remember there was a tree. Excuse me. And next to the tree on the floor, there was a TV. There was a window on on the other side of the tree. I remember there was a parade on the TV. And the carpet was an orangish color. I don't think it was Iowa. I don't think it was in Iowa. I don't remember frost being on the window or snow. It's a very brief memory. I don't know where I was or who I was with. That's all I remember of that. So, it's 3 a.m. I should probably get to bed. I gotta get up and go to the doctor, so I gotta be there at 1:30. So I gotta leave here at 12:30. Cause I gotta catch the bus. So, hope I didn't bore anybody or upset anybody or anything. I'm gonna try. I'll be live later tomorrow, afterwards or whatever. Hell, who knows? Maybe I'll go live maybe after my appointment I'll go over to Manhattan and walk around, depending on how hot it is. It's weird. Florida heat I'm okay with. Heat here is a whole different situation. I'm not sure why, but it is. God, I want to go back to Florida. Maybe my knight in shining armor will show up at some night and take me away, Cowboy, take me away. Fly the skies hush, get into my blue. Set me free, oh, I pray. Closer to heaven, but closer to you. Closer to you. Yeah. A girl can hope and dream, Maybe it'll finally come true at some point. But yeah. Even with all the abuse and everything, I still don't condone violence, and I still don't wish ill will upon anyone. I'd be tired. I want them to pay for what they've done, legally. Unfortunately, I don't know if that'll ever happen. Just like proving who I am. I don't know if that'll ever happen either. I may never get to meet my real family and spend time with them, meet my real mom or anything. That's something I gotta fucking deal with, and I don't have a choice. It sucks. So. And the really fucked up part, because of everything I know, I know they can also fuck with the ancestor DNA. And I also know they can make it look like I'm related, like my results would be legit. I know it's possible. I mean, after all, they control 16 other countries other than ours. You don't think they could do that? Well, I'm just tired. But it is what it is. I know that they would do whatever it took to get me to stop searching for the truth. And I know it sounds crazy when I say they can fuck with the ancestry DNA as well. But they can't. You know, all they would need to do is take Heather Edgerton's DNA and switch her with mine. That's all. So me proving who I actually am may never happen, and I gotta deal with that. Unfortunately. But it is what it is. So if the family is watching, to prove that I'm taking, it may never happen. Not because I'm not, but because they protect them. And because they know that if it came back that I was, thousands and thousands of people would go down like a domino effect. That's right. And they protect them at all cost. So, hope everybody has a great night. And, till next time. Probably after that. Whatever. I'll be live later, tomorrow night or whatever. You get the drift. I hope you all have a great night. And till next time, see you later. Have a good night, guys. Be safe out there. Don't eat any wooden nickels. Don't. Is that the saying? Don't eat any wooden nickels? Oh, fuck. You know what I mean. I need to go to bed. I'm tired. Have a good night, guys.